I am concerned, especially with all the unrest in a part of the world that has a lot of the oil. And if you saw, this was even before all this unrest, the former head of Shell Oil, who's no longer in the business, so he doesn't have anything at stake, he's actually at a think tank. About 3 months ago, he said because of the current administration's policies, he thinks by the end of 2012 that gasoline is going to be $5 a gallon in the United States. Well, that will be devastating to the economy if that does happen. That's one of the reasons that we need to go after American energy. I'm a big believer in green energy. Have been a supporter of wind and solar and geothermal and all the green energy. But the fact is that we're dependent on fossil fuels for the next 30 to 40 years. That's a fact. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather be dependent on American fossil fuels than I would on somebody else's. And so we ought to have the policies in place. And what the question is, ANWR is ANWR. It's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. It's up in Alaska. We tried. We were one vote short of opening this up a few years ago. Let me describe it to you because there's a lot of misinformation on ANWR. ANWR is the size of South Carolina. So it's a large area. Alaska is a very vast area. It's a frozen tundra most of the year. It's a flat, frozen tundra. There's oil there. We wanted to open up the equivalent and drill in the area the equivalent of about 2 times the size of McCarran Airport, about 2,000 acres. So not a large area out of the size of South Carolina. We lost that by 1 vote. We can drill today down and out, down and out, down and out. That's why you only had to disturb about 2,000 acres. We could do that and bring it down by pipeline. And by the way, when they talk about the animals breeding and all that kind of thing up there, we were going to do it during the wintertime when it's frozen, and literally they have 6 feet, I guess 6 feet, I'm 6 feet. They have 6 feet of ice, and they would drive out everything on the ice roads. They would put the drilling stuff in place, and then when the ice was starting to melt, they would cap it all. They would drive it all back up, let whatever animals come in there and breed. That's how they were going to do it. If that's not environmentally sensitive, I don't know what is. And it was disturbing such a small area. I believe that we could do that. There's many other places like that. We need to go after American natural gas. We have huge natural gas reserves. We need to go after clean coal. We're the Saudi Arabia of coal. So it's not just ANWR and these other places. We need to have all types of American energy, including renewables, so that we, from a national security standpoint and an economic security standpoint, America's in better shape.